Hey guys, this is Victor from Vitagenics again, and today I'm here to talk to you about water and hydration, as well as bloating and water retention, because these things are often related, but not the same. So if you're having any trouble with hydration or just wondering how much water you should be drinking or whatever, this video is definitely for you. So getting started, we have the question, are you properly hydrated? And that answer is probably no for most of us. And what is enough water? Well, we're going to talk about that and try to figure that out. And then finally, does drinking water resolve the problem? Does it hydrate us? And just drinking water alone is actually not enough, and we're going to talk about why. So, starting off with this idea of are you hydrated? And the answer I said is probably no. So, why not? And I am actually talking about cellular hydration, so getting water into every cell of your body, not just guzzling water and just drinking. It's not enough. What does it take to truly hydrate your body, to hydrate your cells at a cellular level? Okay, so the way we're going to look at this, we're going to talk about the quantity of water, the quality of the water, electrolytes, which are really the key because, hey, we're electric beings. We're going to talk about EMF exposure, toxin overload, and then kind of an overall factor here is really diet, which addresses just about everything on this list except for the EMF exposure. All right, so moving forward, what is enough water? Okay, how can we quantify water? And you can drink too much water, so be careful about that. There is such a thing as water poisoning. So just, to make you aware of that, we do hear people actually dying from just drinking too much water. I'm not talking about 8 to 12 glasses, but really going overboard. And so keep in mind that basically everything contains water. Okay, I mean, we are about 60 to 70% or more of water. Milk is at least 85%, and so you can see I have this list here with some examples. So you're getting water from your diet if your diet is good. Okay, and some other guidance that we hear is like drink until your urine is clear. This is pretty good guidance. At least it gives you an indication that you're getting enough fluid, but it is not a guarantee that you are hydrated. So, a good guide, but not a definitive answer. And then we have the guidance of drink 8 glasses a day, which is about 2 liters a day. Or we have others that will tell us drink 1 ounce per pound a day, which is as much as 4 liters. So, again, generally speaking, any advice between these two extremes is pretty good, but it's not a guarantee of hydration. So, it all depends on your weight, your activity, how much you're sweating, and the quality of the water and your diet. And let's keep in mind that with regard to drinking glasses of water, our ancestors did not do that. Okay, humans were not bound to water sources where they had to drink 8 to 12 or more glasses of water a day. No, they got most of their water from their diet, depending on where they were, right? So everyone varies, but again, it's not practical for most of us now to drink just so many glasses of water, and it was never practical through human history. So we're going to talk more about that. All right, so again, everything contains water. So when you're thinking about these, 2 liters or 4 liters of water, the water you get from your diet counts towards that. And even if you're drinking other things and such. So does drinking water ensure you are hydrated? Right? So again, I'm saying not really. The quality of the water is a really important thing here. So again, you can do more harm than good if you're taking in a lot of, let's say, bottled water, which maybe contains contaminants, maybe it has toxins and such, right? So you really want to be careful about what your water source is. Are you drinking a lot of tea and coffee or a lot of bone broth? Now, these can be great, Okay, so I'm not saying that tea and coffee are necessarily bad. We talked about bloating, or I mentioned in the beginning about bloating and water retention, and the idea of a diuretic, which like caffeine, so caffeinated teas or coffee, these are diuretics that will help to force your body to expel water if you are bloated. But being bloated does not mean you are hydrated. Okay? So these things are not really connected. They can be, but you know, having a diuretic to get rid of the water doesn't mean it will dehydrate you. These things are not related, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So anyway, tea and coffee can be good for you. They can count towards your water intake. It really depends. Alcohol, no, definitely bad. It's not good for you. Coconut water is great because it has a lot of electrolytes, and there are many other things out there. Don't overdo it on the juice. Of course, juice is good, but when you're taking in juices, you're getting a lot of sugar, and that's kind of counterproductive towards hydration. Smoothies are actually better when you've got the fiber coming in. Fiber can be very good to help you hydrate. So if you do like to juice, you should really do smoothies instead, meaning get the whole fruit, get the fiber with it. And a smoothie will hydrate you better than a glass of juice will. And that's because of the fiber and it's slowing down the sugar uptake, etc. So again, do the diuretics matter, meaning the caffeine from tea and coffee? Yes and no. So ironically, being dehydrated can cause you to be bloated. It can cause you to retain water because your body at the cellular level is hungry for the water, and so it tries to hold on to it, and yet it's not absorbing it. And so you get bloated. And then you use diuretics to get rid of that, what is excess water. And so it's it's actually a dehydration can cause you to be bloated. And using diuretics to get rid of that extra water does not necessarily dehydrate you. So the two things can be related, but not always. So don't worry too much. You can use tea and coffee to help hydrate you. It's a bit of a myth that diuretics dehydrate you. Not in some situations it can be true, but basically it's a myth. Okay. So moving on, I mentioned the bottled water. A lot of us are into bottled water. It's not a good thing. Sure, there are some good spring waters out there, but basically, number one, it's terrible for the environment to be moving this water all around and producing these bottles, etc. And it is not good for your health. So the best quality of water is going to come straight from a natural source or from your food. So try to avoid bottled water or use reusable thermoses and containers and things like that, not disposable stuff. Okay, toxins block hydration. Okay, and this might seem a little bit ironic to you because you take in water to detox, but if your body is loaded with toxins at the cellular level, it can't take in the water. And so we've got to do other things, not just water. So hydration and detox are not based solely on the quantity and quality of water. We need more than that to get around this toxic issue. And this is where we really start to shed light on things when we talk about electrolytes. Our body is electric. We are fundamentally electric beings. And this is why the electrolytes are so important. So these are mineral ions, like salt provides a lot of mineral ions for us. And they're giving us an electrical charge. And of course, the minerals themselves are very, very important. And bone broth is fantastic for providing electrolytes, of course, along with your water or along with your fluids. The good sea salts, stay away from table salt or the processed salt. Get the good sea salts. Okay, Himalayan pink salt, etc. are very good. Your salt should have some color to it. Now, with salt, an interesting thing you can do is you can add salt to your, of course, to your food, and add a little bit of salt to your water and see if that tastes better. If adding a little salt to your water makes the water taste better to you, your body is probably hungry for the salt. So it's kind of a simple little test you can do to see if you need more salt. Okay, so again, salt, bone broth, kefir, milk, cheese, dairy products are excellent sources of electrolytes. So again, key to you hydrating, dairy products are great because they provide a lot of very important electrolytes. Fruits and vegetables also. So just eating, like eat a cucumber or a celery stick, really good. You're taking in electrolytes along with a lot of the water. And these things, you might be hearing about different electrolytes, of course, like sodium, potassium, magnesium, etc. And they're all important, or these are some of the most important, but there are many. And so you want to consume them. This is really the key to hydration because we are electrical. And in order to hydrate at the cellular level, we must address the electrical issues in our body. So continuing on with the electrical theme, we're going to talk a little bit about EMF exposure. And this is something that maybe we cannot eliminate, but we can reduce by turning off your devices at night, keeping your distance from certain devices, know where they are. Like, you spend a lot of time in your bed or at your desk or on your sofa. Make sure you're not right next to a Wi-Fi router, or don't sleep with your cell phone on your pillow with the Wi-Fi on, etc. Use wired connections when you can. So all of those things can help you reduce the EMF exposure. So of course we can't eliminate it. It's all around us. We have these cell phone towers everywhere, many different devices that are emitting these electromagnetic fields, and other things like power lines and transformers, etc. So again, just try to reduce exposure because these things are contributing to your dehydration issues. They are preventing you from hydrating. They have a very big impact on your body. So look into that. You may find that you can improve your status just by reducing your exposure to the EMF. Okay, so again, mentioning the toxins and toxin overload and the idea that toxins block. So I mentioned before, doesn't water detox? Yeah, it does, but not efficiently if you don't have the electrolytes there, okay? So just by itself, drinking bottles and bottles of water, yes, it'll help you to detox, it'll help you to flush out your systems. If you're using something like a structured water, it is even better for you, actually. Again, you still want your electrolytes, but structured water, you may have heard the term vortex water. Basically, we're trying to recreate what nature does. So when you get water out of a river, right, the water it's very turbulent, and this is putting energy into the water. Of course, natural water from rivers and wells, etc., also loaded with minerals. But the idea of structured water or vortex water does seem to help us with hydration quite a bit. These days, you may hear more about alkaline water and hydrogen water, and these can be a little more helpful. Okay, supposedly a little bit better water. I'm not going to push any brands or anything like that. I'm not saying it's necessary. It's kind of a trend or a fad. And again, in some ways, it is imitating nature a little bit better. So always best to get the most natural water you can straight from a source. But again, try not to get it out of a plastic bottle, okay? And so the overwhelming factor here is really diet. Now, when all these things together, the diet is the best thing for you. And the best guidance for that comes out of the Weston Price Foundation. And that's not one specific diet. It is guidance. It's just to help you get quality food. So quality food provides you with quality water and electrolytes and less toxins and a large quantity of water. So your diet contributes to all of these things. It's So it's the biggest factor. And part of that is your tea, your coffee, kefir, etc. These things are all providing you with water. So just focus more on your diet and you will hydrate better. Don't try to overcompensate by getting bottles of water that are polluting our environment and maybe not really doing you any good. There are some specific supplements that you may find you need, such as magnesium, etc., if you're unable to get everything from your diet. So you'll hear a lot about different supplements that people take, salt tablets, etc., to try to get the minerals, because again, the electrolytes are key. But in most cases, most of us should have access to quality food where we can get enough. So try to focus first on your diet and try to limit your exposure to the EMF, because that's a big thing. And these things together will help you hydrate at the cellular level, and that is really what the goal is. So again, you can be flushing your digestive system by drinking tons of water, and that's really good, but it might not hydrate you at the cellular level. The same thing, we hear about doing liver detoxes, liver flushes, etc. Really good. It'll help you towards the goal, but on its own, probably not enough. Rested sweating, active sweating, also two great things to get that water going. And rested sweating and active sweating are two different things. You should do both of them, but again, on their own, maybe not enough to hydrate you at the cellular level. Some other key things about how to hydrate properly: know when to drink. So drinking like before you exercise or early on if you're doing lengthy exercises. Uh, before you eat, don't drink while you're eating. It's really not helpful for your digestion. Of course, if you're having like a hot soup or bone broth with dinner, this is helpful. You drink a soup before you eat. It provides a nice warm bath. It can contribute because it's also providing things that will aid digestion. If you just drink a ton of water while you're eating, you're diluting the acids, and if it's cold water, man, cold is not good. Avoid cold water. I know cold drinks are refreshing when it's hot, but these are not necessarily great for you. They can hinder digestion and also hinder your attempt to hydrate. Um, when you are drinking water, hopefully lukewarm or even warm water, adding salt or ginger is a great way, again, to help you hydrate. The morning lemon water, I have articles on my site and such with my morning routine. The first thing I do, you get up in the morning and you have some warm, not too hot, but warm water with lemon. You want to make that more powerful, put some ginger, some salt, some cinnamon, some apple cider vinegar in it. You can make it delicious and very healthy. It'll help hydrate you, help get the digestive system going for your breakfast, etc. Really good. And finally, another thing is grounding. Get your feet on the ground, get sunshine. We are electrical beings. Of course, if you're getting a lot of sunshine, you got to make sure you're taking in enough fluids. But again, this is a really good thing to get sunshine and to be grounded, and do both at the same time. Complete the electrical circuit, and this will help you to hydrate at the cellular level. So again, I hope all of this stuff is helpful for you. Just remember, we are electrical beings. It's not just about taking in water. You need the electrolytes. Those are really key. And getting them from a good diet is really the best way. This way you also ensure you're getting all the other nutrition. There are so many cofactors. I hope this helps you on your road to wellness. We all need to be hydrated properly. Lots of luck. Please subscribe and please stay in touch. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again.